think our governments are kind of two-faced about it, because the big society concept suggests that everyone really basically wants to help their neighbor, but reality shows that it's just not the way it works. You need communities within the community.
My name's Joey Frigno, and I'm the General Manager of Manchester's Central Food Bank, the first Trussell Trust food bank in Manchester. The reason the Trussell Trust opened their first food bank was originally they were a charity that helped build orphanages in Bulgaria, but they were confronted with a single mother who couldn't afford to feed her own family, who said, "Why should I give you guys money when I can barely feed my own family here in Britain?" So they got talking to this woman, the couple who started the Trussell Trust, and they provided her with some food and found out that there's a lot more poverty in this country than many people realize. So this branch opened last year, October 2nd. We've been open for about 4 months now. And the reason it opened was there were a lot of outreach help in this chaplaincy to the homeless in the city. And what we realized over 6 months was the increase in the number of homeless we were seeing on the streets. So we thought we need to do something that was a bit more long-term, a bit more permanent, that could help stop more people falling into this crisis, becoming homeless and losing all their money and things like that. So we thought the food bank was the perfect way to do this. So people are referred to us with a voucher from a number of partner agencies and charities. A great thing about our food bank is that we allow frontline care professionals to assess clients and have the final say on whether or not they are in need of an emergency food parcel. And that way, when people come here, if they have a food voucher, we accept that they have a crisis. We don't judge, we don't do any further interviews. We just try to make them as comfortable as possible and provide them with the food they need. So the first thing we do when a client comes through the doors is, of course, we greet them, ask them if they have their food voucher, and then of course we ask them to sit down and whether they like a tea or coffee. It's important to make them feel as comfortable and as secure as possible in the food bank. We don't want them to think that there's any other procedures they have to go through, any other interviews they have to do, but we want to make them feel like, we're not going to be judging them and that we won't put any further pressure on them. We also at the same point try and signpost them onto other referral agencies that could help them out of the crisis they find themselves in.
I'm Father William, and I'm one of the chaplains here at the Catholic chaplaincy to the universities and other institutions of higher education here in Manchester. Next door is the chaplaincy building itself, a modern building where the food bank is located. So in a way, if you're filming in here, what we're really looking at is the spiritual inspiration for the food bank, because it began really from here, from the heart. And this is where we try to touch the hearts with an ideal of how to be of service to people in need. Well, there's no point in having a church if it isn't actually going to be of service to people in need. And this message was generously accepted by the students, and they turned it into action. So since October, our students have successfully been running a food bank, which is the only student-led food bank, I think, in Britain, maybe anywhere. We saw that there was a need, and although the demand fluctuates, it's steady, and we can't ignore it. I mean, there is a lot of you could look at the politics, the structures and the systems that are not working in our society and everything, but and maybe this is just papering the cracks, as someone recently said about food banks. But I don't think so. I think this is the first step for our young people especially, to see what isn't working in society, and then to see why the structures and the systems are not working. So they move beyond just helping those immediately in need to seeing why they are in need.